This is Lee with Learning with Lee. We are finishing up today. I keep thinking more things to do, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. A couple of things I did. I had some testers. And like here, this is showing the winner, right, which card is greater. But when we have like the math, the winners, if you get it right, then you're the winner. And if you get it wrong, the computer's the winner. Sorry, this is part of the screen. So I put directions up here about that. Added the sound effects just to help the player understand. Another thing I did was work on the mobile display a little bit. Inspect, you can get it even smaller. I made this section flex. Here I made this section flex, so it moves and shifts as it gets smaller. Also, I put the directions for the math up at the top here. On the big display, it's in the middle. But for the math, that got awkward. It made it hard to work when the directions were keeping them so far apart. So I put them at the top. I'll show you in a second how I did that. One thing I would do if I was going to work on this more, and I'll probably put it on a list and get back to it sometime, but since most students are using it on a computer, this isn't a top priority, is just maybe take away these borders even and just put like one heart next to the 10, put one spade next to the 7. So these can be even more compact just to make it easier for them to do their math. So that's little things I'm working on. Testing's a good idea. Playing with it a lot's a good idea, but having someone else play with it is a good idea. You want them to be able to use it without having to ask you what to do, without you having to explain anything. If you have to explain something, change something. If they have a question, you change it. So you want people to use it without questions. So, one of the things I realized, and when I was just playing with it, that when we started doing the math, we made it so you click on the answer, right? Well, those on clicks existed even at this point. You'll see when I click draw, the math options went away. It's one of the things I did when you click draw. You don't make a choice, so you can't change what you're in the middle of. You don't change in the middle of your game what you're playing. So you can't click on a winner. But I had to work on that because you could click on a winner. So what I did for that, somewhere up here, computer and player are those bordered boxes that we have the number and the pictures in. So unbind the click, like take that on, like we say on click, do this for taking the click away from computer, untying click from player. That doesn't work. And then, although you probably don't need that in there, I did that at first. You probably don't need that now, actually. That's my new code I put in. So the on clicks, I ended up, when I was messing with this, I ended up just moving them. They don't exist until you click on compare, and then it turns these clicks on. So I probably could get rid of those unbind. So maybe I'll leave it in just to have that code in case you need it in the future. I'll just leave it there. Like part of this is I don't write the most beautiful, elegant code. I'm not a professional. But you can use this code. Like, we had audio in that one. How do we do that? And come and Control F, audio, find the audio code. That's how we did it. How do we shuffle those cards? Like, how do we, because maybe someone, different things like that. Well, we had to change color. How do we do that? And you can look it up um, and use that code and just, change it to apply to your new project. How do we empty out the input? So a good thing to do would be to go through the code, or your code, my code, whatever code, and write paragraphs, write sentences, label every line, or label each function with a paragraph, what's happening, and you just label each line like this, / this empties out the input box. Just label what it's doing, because when you go back to it, now is when you know best what everything's doing. So now's the time to do it. It makes the code more useful to you in the future. Okay, so when you're ready, you go to your Git thing here, and we do change directory, lines and documents. You can do one at a time, or you can do, like, you can hit enter right then, or you can do more than one at once. You can type ls to list your things if you can't remember what it's called. Git space add space period, puts everything in there. Git commit, finalizing project, git push origin, master sends it to GitHub. GitHub. You can search Wargame in this top corner. There's a search bar. Wargame. Look for Hebrews 1:10. I search Hebrews 1:10 or whatever. Fork. This is the thing you want to click if you want to get my code, and it will copy it straight onto your repository. Under settings is where you will find your link. Here. And yet you change source, click on that, change source to master branch, and you get your link. And your game is online to share with others. Alright, congratulations on another project. You can keep working on it, making it better. Mine's not, I don't have an eye for design and stuff. Mine's not the most beautiful work. You could probably make yours look nicer. But there you go. And hopefully I'll be back with another lesson.